What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily horoscope for October 13th, 2020. Brian here, of course, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Mercury goes retrograde today, so in Scorpio, a little snapshot of our minds and when we need to rethink and really what we need to investigate and go deeper into in our reality. And there's definitely heavy pressure building today, that Mercury at 11. This chart's for, of course, 1:05 p.m. Pacific, but Mercury goes retrograde at 6:06 Pacific time and 9:06 on the East Coast, so anywhere in between for your time zone, or if you're out of the country, that is the time reference point. So but it is still the stationary snapshot today of like what do we need to look at? What do we need to rethink, redo, reanalyze, and go deeper? And it is in this opposition to Uranus still, so that's definitely the big player that's taking place right now, and it's definitely this disconnection of what isn't of value anymore, trying to reevaluate our values and to go deeper and to expand and kind of investigate, I would say, what is the reality we want to build, and we have to get on another wavelength almost to find that. We got the moon in Virgo. It's going to be making really good aspects to that Mercury retrograde with a sextile as well as a trine over to Uranus. So I would say that the emotional body is in a pretty good spot today. It is going to even, start pressing on a trine to Jupiter. So, I would say that it's the emotional time to not let things slip by for what you want, like what your true values are and the psychology of what you truly deeply desire. And with relationships too, this sun's going to go to 21 degrees of Libra. And of course, Venus here is, of course, the planet of relationships. So I think it has a lot to do with really, I would say, objectifying what we value and what makes us comfortable in life with relationships, people, and physical things, the life that we want to create. And it's very important. And we need to really objectify even with the sun at 21, because it's going to exactly oppose Mars today, and they're both going to start Mars already came off the square, of course, to Pluto, but the sun's pressing really hard, and it is still forming that T-square to Pluto, which is, again, trying to really figure out our deep power, and this is that cardinal T-square, so there's this initiation of change that needs to take place, and we have to be willing to, I think, again, really investigate what we want to build and the values and the structure of the life we want to create. And we have to be out of the box with it with Uranus here. We have to go extremely deep, and we have to be willing to put to rest, if you will, whatever that is not of the alignment with yourself with this Mars retrograde in Aries. It's really having us redefine our masculine energy, which is linear, and where we want to go and how we want to get there and how we're going to do it. And I think we all have to ask ourselves how, what, when, where, why, and just, really think are we going where we want to go? Or are we missing out on something beautiful, right? Because this moon and Venus with that trine to Uranus, even I would say the most ultimate value could slip by you. It's almost too harmonious. And that's why squares force things out. And I think that we're being forced to really deep dive into letting something die off so that something better can blossom within where we want to go in life and how we want to build it and have that structure that is, objectifiable with Uranus and the sun in Libra. We are searching for balance, of course, right now in harmony, but it's almost like we can't have balance and harmony if we're just living the same old life. This is so much cardinal energy. It's forcing action to do something different. And Pluto's trying to be the facilitator of change here and have us go deep within to find that big time power within us. And of course, the opposite of that is Cancer. So it's our emotional body in a big way that needs to be secure. We need to be very secure deep within ourselves and our identity and who we associate with and where we want to go. And I feel like I say this stuff every day, but it's just more of that. But I would say there's a purity within our soul and within the reality we want to create that our emotional body can also feel today, that wants to go to a higher level. And it's about embracing that higher level and just owning it and, not missing out. And it's just it's also we have to be in reality, right? We have to live. Like, I still like physical stuff. Like, I wear necklaces and rings and shit. Like, have iPads and MacBooks. Like, the physical stuff is still important. I'm not saying that, but it's this connection to something bigger, and it is this Neptune and Pisces that can make us feel delusional about so many different things. And this is a doorway. Even though Jupiter came off the exact sextile, that door's still open to grabbing the greatest gift of surrender and just letting the universe play out as it's supposed to. And we still have to go through our daily lives. We still have to create. We still have to look at our future and objectify what we want in life with people, with ourselves, especially with ourselves. With cardinal energy, it's so much about the identity and what the identity wants to associate with and how it wants to, present itself. And that's important. We need to grab onto that stuff, but at the same time, we don't want to obsess over it. And I guess Mercury retrograde in Scorpio here, it could want to obsess over something that's trying to leave. But that's going to make us reevaluate here. Well, can we let that leave to let something better in? And I think that's a big kind of just overview of kind of where we're going. Like, we don't want to, I would say that the door is just on its way closed of like a pretty amazing portal to probably the most transformative and amazing time in your life to really go after what you want and what aligns with your soul. But we don't want to like be too delusional in even spiritual bypassing or in reality. We have to balance the boat with, that's the balance, right? That's the polarity of Pisces and Virgo. It is that surrender to something greater, but you still have to bring it and harness it in the physical world. And we are humans in a physical world, and we have to embrace that. And I think the more we can surrender, the more we can embrace the reality we have and make the changes that are necessary to further evolve and to grow our consciousness and then bring that consciousness to reality where we can actually enjoy it, because there are a lot of things about reality that we can enjoy, and we have to remember that. Card for the day is the Three of Wands reversed. Like, are we not going to consider expanding our evolution and what our world could be by taking a step back and figuring out what needs to be changed and what desires we truly want? And, why would we hold ourselves back from expansion? And I think this card's trying to say, like, do not hold yourself back from an amazing expansion that could change your reality, but it starts within you. And you have to be willing to objectify that and go after it. And I would say enjoy it and not stress yourself out over reality or all the crazy stuff that might happen. On a world basis, we're in a week where anything could happen. With Uranus opposed Mercury, huge T-squares to Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn being, in Capricorn that rules the government. There's going to be some weird government stuff that comes out this week. With the new moon this week, there's going to be some crazy stuff going on with the election. You have to be able to objectify things and balance them out and, North Node Gemini it and be like, okay, what's actually real? What actually makes sense? What matters in my life? What doesn't? And that's how we objectify what we want. I love you guys very much. I hope you have a great Tuesday. It is Mars Day. So go initiate that change and go build something great for yourself and go love yourself and enjoy the reality that you have. Enjoy every moment of it, because why not? We're here to learn, to expand, to grow, to evolve. And we can't do that if we're scared to live our life. We can't do that if we're not willing to make changes, because the only constant in life is change. And we have to be willing to go there. And we can't be scared of it. And we have to let things go so that beautiful things can come in. And I wish you guys the best. I love you very much. Peace.